Alright, so welcome to episode 4 of my Desert Island Games. Lost Ship, a survival game by W.M. Akers. He also does Deadball. He has a couple of role-playing games. I don't have those. I mean, I have Deadball and this, but I don't have any of his role-playing games. They just aren't my cup of tea. There is an interesting science fiction RPG that can be played solo. It's a journaling game, but I haven't seen it. But it was intriguing. All right, so in digging this out again, is Desert Island for a number of reasons. I've talked about that in past videos, so I won't go over it again here. But the last time I played it, I dug out my book and my files that were with it, including some sheets that had not been used yet. So the last time I played this was on July 11th. 24. I played 2 games, game 1, game 2. So it has been almost 2 years. In 5 and 6 days, it'll be 2 years since I've last played this. So again, when somebody says, for a Desert Island game, you don't play it very often. No, when I got it, I did. And it's always close. But that partially because the last 2 years, I have been prolific in other things, certainly in writing, designing, playtesting my own games. So what replaced me playing pen and paper football and Deadball and this and other things was designing and writing and a lot of my own games, Parallax Football and boxing. And so I also did, instead of playing, I was creating. And so what happens when you aren't, but let's share this. So for those who don't know, it is a very simple little game. It requires 6d6. You could use 1, I suppose, and roll it multiple times. The gist of it is you are the lone surviving starship of a civilization that has apparently been wiped out. You don't know because in the attack or the onslaught, whatever, in your unit or in your migration of ships, you did a leap to get away from danger, and you cannot leap back. So you are a lone starship now looking for a new home. And the only thing that we've encountered so far out here has been aliens. They're all of the same species, and we only know them by their ships, which attack us. It's the fighters, the cruisers, and the battleships. And aside from that, we are looking for fuel and stuff to stay alive while we search for a home planet. So yes, people will recognize that little story in a way as Battlestar Galactica to a degree. So that's kind of the idea in a way. It's a spin. It's a homage in a way to the Battlestar Galactica idea, right? Okay. So the last time I played, again, in 5 and 6 days, it'll be 2 years since the last time I played this. I played 2 games. The first game was the Vindicator. Vindicator was the name of my ship. It took us 8 jumps, but we did survive. We found a new home planet at the end of the 8th leap, which is pretty good. And the second game, in the SS Hope, we found a new home on the end of the 6th leap. So we only got this 8 and 6 leaps. And if you do that and you find a new home, you're going to win easy. But I got to tell you, prior to this particular day, here's what's amazing. I think maybe I had ever found a home in all of my games prior to this date. Once or twice. And then whatever reason, on this date, I found a new home twice, and both of them within 8 turns. That is probably most likely not going to happen here. So crazy. Prior to that, I was probably found a new home 1 in 10 games, or probably 11 games, something like that. But again, the first few games I played of this, I was learning, and I probably made mistakes. So without further ado, we start the game off by naming our ship. And again, I have a ship named Vindicator. I also have an SS Hope, Starship Hope. I think here we would have Starship let's say Starship. How about Independence? Since it was July 4th yesterday. Independence. Starship Independence. How about that? That's kind of fun. And there will be one leap starting here in a second. So there are a couple of advanced rules which make the game harder, which I've never done. The game was always plenty hard, so I never used the advanced rules to make it harder. And then the last, finding this, and I'll be honest, I don't know where my other score sheets are, but they're probably all in storage. I end up putting stuff in boxes and that goes into storage. But these were with my book, so that's why I end with these printouts. So let's see what the advanced rules say. Let me see, I think it had some advanced deal where you can make it harder by starting with limited fuel, limited stuff. I shouldn't do it, but what the heck, let's do it if I can find the damn rule. I've never used it. Okay, Alright, let's go back. Alien. I've never really needed the book. I mean, the book's only 20 pages. But, you have a cheat sheet to play the game right here with all the information you need. So once you get, and this is printed from the website, you don't really need to flip into the book unless you want to reacquaint yourself. Or, like this, you want to start using a variant, and the hell if I can find it. Well, somewhere there is a way to start the game. Two-player variant. There it is. But that's for 2 players. We don't want 2 players. Here we go. You can start with 6 fuel and 6 parts, or you can roll 1d6 plus 2, a 6-sided die plus 2 to randomize the contents of each store. So I roll this once, add 2 to it. That would be the number of fuel we start with. 8, hot dog. That helps right there. So we start with 8 fuel. And 1d6 plus 2 for parts. 5, 6, 7. I don't know if that's harder. I mean, it says start with 6. We're starting. This is actually easier. But I could have rolled a 1. Then we'd be singing a different song, wouldn't we? Okay. All right. So the Independence, and this will be our first leap since the attack. All right. So we're going to leap. Ticket. And let's do our leap. Leap, and we leap and we roll to see threats. Leap 1 is 2d6 minus 3. So our first leap, Captain. So we're ordered to leap. I am the executive. You play the XO. There is a captain of this whole deal. The captain in the story is implied it's a female, so you can be a female captain or whatever. You're the XO, and so I'm kind of doing whatever the captain asks. He asks us to leap, and we leap, and we're running for our lives. Oh shite! I rolled boxcars. Minus 3, thank God. So 9. Oh, it's going to be deadly. So this is much more deadly than the last 2. Well, I looked at these charts, getting an idea of the last games, and anyway, 9, not good. We're going to run into a Mark II, which is a cruiser, and 3 of their fighters. Damn. So first leap, and I've got to do my pilots. All right, so first pilot position, ship name, pilot number. So my first pilot will be Anderson. Ship name, Phoenix, and pilot number 1. Then I will have Parker. His ship will be Bullet. Pilot number 2. Let's see here. Simmons. in the Raven. Pilot number 3. You get to start with 6, but only 4 can go out at a time to defend yourself. Williams in Eagle 4. Jones in the 8-ball 5, and last but not least, Smith in Rover number 6. So there are my pilots: Anderson in the Phoenix, Parker in Bullet, Simmons in the Raven, Williams in the Eagle. Now you could do these like Battlestar Galactica, Viper 1, Viper 2, Viper, Viper. I'm having them, these would be like their call signs. Phoenix, Bullet, right? These would be like their pilot call signs. Eagle, 8-ball, Rover. So they're all in whatever type of ship that we would have here, fighter. And again, then you would put them here for their kills, right? Flight position technically is would be their order on the combat sheet. So very simple. I can put lead. So where is the combat sheet? When they go out in where is it at here? Oh, where do you know it? Damage isn't on here? Oh yeah, right, scouts. So this would be, I could do it in numbers here, right? Or I can put them in lead, scout, etc. I'm going to keep it simple and use these numbers as their position, right? Okay. So again, I can come over here and write down Anderson, etc. So I'll do that if they record kills. If they get killed or whatever, I'll write them over. But I'm not going to do that yet. All right, so we know that we're going to be facing. So now we go to our score sheet. And we are going to be facing in this battle. We rolled in 12 minus 3 for the first leap. Man, already in trouble. Mark II. So we are going to be facing a Mark II and 3 Mark I's. 1, 2, 3. Right? Okay, so that's done. So first thing we're going to do, we did our leap, and we're now going to have our battle. So let's go back here. They have to defend us before we can even search for fuel and for equipment, etc. So here we go. We fight if necessary. So we assess threats. We leap. Once you have determined a threat, put a check next to each enemy ship in the encounter log. Did that. All right. Combat is broken into rounds in which every ship fires each of their guns once. Our superior maneuverability means we always shoot first. The first round takes place far from the colony ship and involves only 4 scouts and the enemy. For each scout, roll 1d6. So the great thing is we won't see the Mark II fire on my main ship until the 4th round, right? Let's see here. The first round takes place far from the colony ship and involves only our scouts. So the first round, right? For each hit, tick off the damage. So here we go. We're going to send out our first 4. And we roll 1d6 for all of our pilots. And I will read them left to right. So as they hit the table, I will go leftmost will be pilot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? So that would be, flip this over. That's going to be Anderson, Parker, Simmons, and Williams. Okay, so we're going to get Anderson and then leftmost. Parker, and then again these are the same. Simmons and Williams. So Anderson and Parker will fail to hit, but we will get 2 hits on the enemy. Next roll to see if we get a hit. Track their hits. We did do, how much damage do we do again? Our scout attack, 5. We do 1 damage and 2 damage. So both of these do 1 damage to these guys. And again, being outnumbered is the biggest. So I talk about this when I talk about the math of Dungeons and Dragons. The sure thing that gets you in trouble in D&D is being outnumbered. And you generally, in Dungeons and Dragons, if you're in a party with 3 or 4 players, you're generally going to be outnumbered by most threats. So you really want to chop those numbers down as fast as possible. So those two would be kills. And so we're going to go ahead and kill one of these ships. So I want to eliminate strategically. One of the reasons I do better than I used to is I learned to just eliminate threats. So that means the second shot, which is going to be by Eagle, 1, 2, 3, 4. Williams is going to earn a kill. So I'm going to write in here Williams. And Williams is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's actually 5th. So Williams will earn a kill. So his shot will finish this off, right? So Williams has earned a kill already. The other two have failed to hit, and then of course we did get a hit, and we took out one of the Mark 1s. So now we got 2 fighters to deal with, and the Mark 2, right? All right, so now we got to roll for them, and that's where things get crazy. So so we do for 5 and 6 for 2, right? We did that. All right, so now we roll for the enemy. Next, 1 die 6 for remaining enemy gun. Remember, Mark 2s fire twice. So Mark 2s, so there's 2 enemies left, 1, 2, plus the Mark 2, which fires 2. So we roll for them, and they hit. Let's see here. They hit on 4 through 6. And again, I'll read them left to right. So the fighters first. It's going to be, a hit against us. The fighters hit. And the cannons of the Mark II miss. Right? So these little fighters do damage. Now we have to roll the damage they do. Alright? So 1d6 for round 1. After that, it's so we roll for the damage. First damage, see what gets hit. 2. 5th scout. We don't have a 5th scout. Remember, only 4 are out. And it says here, it can only hit what's on the table. So that's a miss. Hallelujah, we ended up surviving that. The second one, 3, is our 4th scout, Williams. Oh, so Williams gets hit. All right, so let's take a look. Where are we at? Williams gets hit. There's the damage chart. It's right here too. I got it in the book. So Williams is hit. And 2 is pilot injured. Oh, man. So again, pilot injured. Pilot injured again, they die. So he gets an injury. So Williams gets a kill, but unfortunately, he is injured. Where am I at? Williams. Status. Williams is injured. One more injury, and he is KIA, folks. KIA. All right, so that's round 1. Now round 2. Again, what's cool is it tells you round 1 that technically the Mark II could only fire on our scouts. Now, as it gets closer, it can fire on our colony ship. The remaining enemy now closes with the colony ship, and the real battle begins. Again, after fire, first rolling your surviving scouts, and then for your mining laser. A D6 gun that inflicts 1 damage and results of 4, 5, and 2 on a 6. So our scouts score hits on 5 and 6. Our mining laser scores hits on 4, 5, and 6. So again, we got our 4 scouts, and we got our mining laser. So we fire next. And because we are the faster ships, we always go first. So let's hope we can knock out another ship. All right, so again, I'm going to go left to right. Most left, that's going to be Anderson. Phoenix. Phoenix fails to score a hit. Next most is 3. That's going to be Parker. Fails to hit. The third is Simmons. He's going to score a hit. 4th is going to be Williams, going to fail to hit, and our battleship's going to hit. So that's 1 point, 2 points, and we're going to knock out the Mark II, another Mark I. So we have killed 2, and the colony ship gets credit for that kill. I don't believe the colony ship has kills tracking, if I remember right. No kill tracking for the colony ship. All right, so next for them is they've got 1 mark left. And they have 2 shots with their Mark II cruiser. By the way, this is round 2. So we had round 1, and we are on round 2 right now. All right, here we go. And remember, they need 4s and up. And they are going to miss. Oh, Lord. And the cannons of the ship are going to go 6, 6. You got to be kidding me. That's it, though. Then we just roll damage. There is no hit points for us. There's damage charts. Okay, and because we're on round 2, I don't believe it. So because we're on round 2, we roll 2d6 for damage. All right, so the Mark 1 did not hit, but the cannons both hit. So we got to roll this twice. The first hit is 10. It's going to hit our scouting bay of our colony ship. So the scouting bay has taken a hit. We're at 66. And the second hit is 3. 3 is our third scout takes a hit. Our third scout. Where's my third scout? 1, 2, 3. That is Simmons. He is at 50%, folks. He's not injured yet, right? The ship is hit. So the scout is hit. It's got damage. But one of our pilots is actually injured here, right? Okay. So right now we've got, what's good is we've got all of our damage scattered about. Nothing yet has really taken a pounding. So we're hanging in there for the third round. All right, so we're in our third round of combat of Lost Ship. And again, we're going to get our 4 dice. None of our people have died yet. And we're going to get our colony ship. Right? And we roll them in order for the third round. We've wiped out 2 of theirs. And we need to be targeting that Mark II. It takes 5 damage. So we should have put those 2 on that colony ship. But here we go. And I read them left to right. So it's a miss. It's a miss. It's a hit again for Simmons. Good for Simmons. It's a miss and it's a miss. So Simmons is going to get a hit. And we're going to have that hit on the Mark II. We got to start doing damage to the cruiser. Okay, and then they get 1, 2, 3 again. And this is why you want to knock these out, because getting that die out of here would be wise. But as it is, the third round. Okay, they're going to get a miss, and one of their cannons will hit. And their cannon, let's come over here to the damage table for their cannon. 10. Oh no, scouting bay. Our colony ship scout bay is badly damaged down to 33%. Damn, one more, we can only land 1 scout, right? Okay, so now we're on turn 4 of combat. And we have not lost anybody. That's outstanding, right? So again, we have our 4 ships and our cannons. All right, we're going to get a miss. Anderson or Parker can't hit anything. But look at this, 6, 6, 5. That is 2, 2, 1. Holy cow. So we're going to do 2. That's going to kill this last mark. And then we're going to do 2. And we're going to do 1. There's 1 left. It is burning. It is battered. It is beat up. It has 1 damage left. And we do have a kill. And that was 1, 2, 3, 4. Guess who, folks? Williams scored another kill with a 6. So he put multiple laser blasts into that ship. He has got 2 kills on this first mission. Unbelievable. And now we roll 2 cannons. Remember, the Mark's still alive. It rolls 2 cannons. But we have knocked out their 3 main fighters, and we have almost wiped out his cruiser. This is the end of turn 4, and it is going to miss both. Hallelujah. So turn 5, we must resolve. And again, luckily for us, we have all of our combatants, and this ought to take it out. We're bound to get a hit. Oh yeah, guess what? Anderson's going to do 2, and Anderson's going to get a kill. So despite Anderson having a rough battle, he does manage to score the kill of the cruiser. So he puts the final nail in the coffin of the Mark II cruiser, and we will survive. And how about that? We have an injured pilot. We have a ship that's at 50%, and our scouting bay is beat up. It's taken 33%. So what does that mean? Scout bay 2 scouts can launch. So we're in trouble if we don't get this fixed by the next leap. Only 2 scouts are allowed to go out to fight, and that'd be half. That's 50% of what we can do. So we're going to want to spend some of our parts and stuff to fix. But now what we need to do, wow, thank God they missed on that. Well, our mining laser does, when we're upgraded, our mining laser can do up to 3 damage if we upgrade it. All right, so what we need to do now, our scout damage was superficial. Oh, I didn't roll. I didn't roll to see who was damaged. The scout was damaged. 5. Scout inoperable. Land now. Okay, so one of my scouts should have landed, and we'll say that would have been Parker, right? So Parker would have been inoperable, and he was not injured. So we have a 50%, and we have an inoperable. He had to land, so Parker had to land, right? Okay, so there we go. All right, now we got to see what we find in the. So now we want to do a system scan. This is leap 1, 2d6 minus 3. So again, I want to roll those boxcars again. No, dang. So 5 minus 3 is 2. It's barren. There's nothing here, man. Dang it. To calculate your B score, roll 1d6 per fuel taken. So it's barren. Jeez. I don't know if we can search for parts, though, too. If it's barren, I think we're just... no, barren means there's no... Let's see. Oh, no. Parts would show up on here. No, we get to scan for parts separate. So there can be anomalies and there can be fuel. But we could find parts. And 11 plus is a home, which is how I ended up in those 2 games on in 2024. Was able to win because on that end of turn 8 and turn 6 I rolled boxcars. I would have had to roll boxcars to well, actually I would have a plus, so I would have had a +1, so I may have rolled an 11 and got a +1. But the point is, that's how you can win. Game's over. If I rolled boxcars there, game's over. We win on the first jump. We find a home planet. Game's over, right? Which is pretty cool, right? You could never roll that sucker and be beat to hell and game ends, or whatever. But parts, I think I automatically... I can't remember if parts are an automatic check. Scan the system, roll on the system table. When scanning the system, you may find a home. That wins you the game. An anomaly. Fuel. Remember, the world's uninhabitable to us is not necessarily devoid of life. Track estimated billions of sentient lives. Roll a 1d6 for every fuel found on the planet and find their total at game's end. If these deaths weigh upon you, tear your log sheep up and resign. If you can't handle it, you coward. Okay, nothing. Nothing. The planet is barren. Press on. Okay, so where do parts come from then? Oh, search wreckage for parts. That's right. We're searching wreckage. And this is if you fought an MK2. We had one of this. We blew up an MK2. So that's going to be 4. 4 is 2 parts. So we found 2 parts. And repair costs. 2 parts let us fully repair a damaged system. We can repair an inoperable scout. We can repair hull damage. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and repair the inoperable scout. Right? And I don't have a good eraser here, do I? Yeah, I do. I rarely use pencils. Should use pencils, but I don't. Game like this really requires them. So we're going to repair, for 1, the inoperable scout can be completely repaired. This one's at 50%, so it's still operable. It's just beat up. Okay, and then we can spend 1 to repair hull, up 1. So we were at 33. We're going to go back up to 66 on the scouting bay. Now, what does that mean? Okay, scout bay at 66. 3 scouts can launch. So that means instead of 4, which are the max that can ever go out, on our next leap, only 3 ships are going to be able to go out. But what's cool is I can hold back that one that's damaged to avoid easy death. But it means we'll be probably outnumbered on the next leap. Okay, so before we can move on, that's the very first turn, folks. Now what we need to do is decide if we want to self-destruct and quit. So I can now tell, as I report to my commander, Captain Sally. I mean, Captain whatever, Captain Fiddlesticks. Captain Fiddlesticks, we have found some wreckage among the we defeated a Mark II and 3 other ships. We have an injured pilot, didn't have no losses, and we are currently successfully repairing the bay. Do you want to self-destruct? and of course she's going to tell me go take a hike. So no, there will be no self-destruct, which means we're going to burn fuel now for another leap. So we have to burn fuel to leap, right? So again, the best way to do this really is slices, filling it in like a score sheet. I mean, like a SAT. So really, what you want to do is we're going to go to 7 now, and parts we had 7. We found, oh, that's right, I have 7. And I found 2. We were up to 9. I just spent 2. We could build a new 7. Yeah, I could spin another one, be at 6, and repair that hull completely. Yeah, I'm going to go down to 6 and go ahead and completely repair this hull. I forgot I already had parts, and then I found 2, so that gives me 9. And then I spin 3 down to 6 to get that fixed and one of my ships fixed. And I still have a ship at 50%, and I have a pilot who is injured. And that injured pilot cannot go out, right? So I will be able to send out Jones or Smith, but this injured pilot who got 2 kills, and he got that second kill injured, by the way. So he earned that kill, but he cannot go out, right? And so he's going to be injured, and he'll miss a jump, right? God, I could actually leap him injured, I think. A new recruit at the end of the... No, we're gonna let him sit out for a leap, right? Okay, so now we have no choice. You got to press on, right? B score, by the way. We found 2 parts, so you would roll your B score, and we would have discovered 1 life form among that. Actually, that's for fuel. I take that back. That's if you find fuel. So parts found, we found 2. Fuel found 0. And if you find fuel, which would indicate that on a planet, there could be a chance that there's life forms, and all the B score is just discovering life. We would have had 1, but no. All right, so threat, yes, there was a threat. Okay, so leap, our second leap. So let's go back to the second leap. This game can take up to 2 hours, depending on what goes on. I won't be able to do that in this video, but I'll be able to show how this game plays. So Williams will be in the infirmary before he goes out again. Where am I at here? Okay, where am I at? Okay, leap. Sorry, I'm thinking. So I'm rolling 2D. Leap 2 is -2. So we don't want to roll boxcars again. Okay, so 7 minus 2 is 5. 5 is a Mark 2. 1. Oh, wait, 5. 5 Mark 1s. Oh, hell. 1, 2, 3. So we're outnumbered. 4, 5. So we're going to send our 4 ships out. This time, though, it'll be Anderson, Parker, Jones, and Smith. So we're going to send out Anderson, Parker, Jones, and Smith. So our 50% damaged ship is not vulnerable, and our injured pilot is not vulnerable. So Anderson, who did finally kill the Mark II in the first mission. All right, so here we go, folks, and we are looking at a threat. 5 Mark IIs show up on the radar, and we have to fight them off before we can search the area for a home ship. But more importantly, one more thing, the first turn, we always go first, and they cannot hit our colony ship. So, round 1, let's double check it. We get to shoot first, and then they get to roll to hit us. Okay, so here we go. We get 4 shots. Let's hope we can get 6s. 6s would give us 2 damages, which would let us kill some of these. So we need multiple 6s. Man, we're gonna... Okay, so Anderson, again, can't hit these wily little fighters. That's gonna be a hit. Oh my God, that's a miss. So that's a miss for Parker. That's a miss for Jones. That's a miss for Smith. Oh, hell. So on turn 1, we did not score a hit. So they're running us in circles here, and they've got 5 dice. They have to roll 4, 5, or 6. The enemy has to roll 4, 5, or 6. And then, of course, we just roll to see what's hit. Remember, though, they can miss those empty spots, and they can also miss on the first round by hitting our colony ship. So we could absorb a lot of punishment by there just not being a target there, right? So we have to hope that happens. All right, they're going to do 3, 3, 1, 1. So only 1 hit for them. Hallelujah. But what is that hit on? Round 1 is a 1d6 because they're too far away. 6, they're going to hit the lead scout. Shite, that's Anderson. So now we got to do scout damage. 6 is scout destroyed. Pilot killed. Oh, Anderson goes down in flames. KIA destroyed. We lost a man, and that's going to piss off 8-Ball. Because 8-Ball, Anderson and Jones were inseparable best friends. And now Jones is screaming into his microphone, "No, you bastards!" And he'll start shooting. Dang, round 2. That was ugly, folks. Here we go, round 2. And now we only have 3 plus our cruiser. And our cruiser only has 1. So, dang, Anderson out. So, 4 is a miss. The cruiser will hit. I think hits, right? Our cruiser hits on a... Oh, no. Our colony ship misses. Our third man, Jones, who's so angry through tears, can't see, he's bawling. He's screaming into his headset on the radio, "Anderson, man, no, Anderson." And he's just firing randomly into all hell. Nothing. But Smith, Rover, comes in behind Jones and picks off a mark. So he's going to get a kill. So we're going to see Smith, Rover, is going to score a kill. Nice. He's going to get a kill. And we're going to knock one of these 4 enemies out of the way. There is no Mark II, so we don't have to worry about the cruiser firing big guns on us. And they roll. They have 4 left. And again, they have to roll 4, 5, or 6 to do damage. Damn it. 4, 1, 1, 4. They're going to get 2 hits. And we roll 2d6 for this. 8. 8 is going to hit our engines. So that's, in a way, that's good. Because we want this big ship sucking some of that damage. We don't want to lose all of our pilots. So our engines take a damage. And the second hit on our ship is 7. Hull takes damage. And I'm telling you right now, I will accept that without a problem. We want the big ship to absorb some of this damage. And here we go. That was turn 2. Turn 3. You can hear now Parker, Bullet, in the headset. "Jones, man, get a grip on yourself. Jones, snap out of it, man. Snap out of it. We got to bury Anderson later. Snap out of it." We have 3 men left. And Parker on the horn trying to talk Jones into reality. "Wake up, man, before we're all dead." And it's going to be... Parker, while talking to Jones on the horn, misses his shot. But... Jones, who's angry, Parker talks Jones down, and he levels, fires, and kills. So Jones now will record a kill. Beautiful. Jones calms down thanks to Parker in his ear. So Parker can't get a hit while he's trying to talk Jones down, but he levels Jones' emotional state down, and he puts a killer blow on one of these ships, blowing it out of the sky, and he whistles woohoo into his headset. "That one's for Anderson, Phoenix." Okay. And next, what did I roll? 2, so we get a miss. All right, there are only 1, 2, 3 marks left. They need 4s, 5s, and 6s to cause pain and suffering, and they're going to get 6 and 5. Damn it. Okay, the first shot, we need it high. 9 is going to hit the mining laser. Good, we'll take that. Again, I'd rather the big ship take some damage. Mining lasers hit. Second one is 8. Oh, our engines are hit again, folks. We're at 33%. That is bad news. And here we go. We're going into round 4. Man, we have got to knock off these ships. Round 4, I've got 3 fighters left, and it's going to be miss, miss, miss. No. If I had an ace, that 4 is a hit. But I don't have an ace. All right, there are 3. That's really bad news because they get 3 shots now. We didn't get a kill. And they're going to go 6. Okay, 1 hit for them. And the hit is 8 is on the engines. No, man, our engines. We are these 5 little ships. Oh no, we're down to an operable. Our engines were hit 1, 2, 3 times. Oh no, engines. Inoperable. Ship cannot leap, so we won't be able to leap until I spend parts to repair the ship. Damn, but that ended round 4. This is the final round, and the reason there's 5 limit is their alien ships run out of fuel, and then we can just kill them. So no matter what, all you got to do is survive 5 rounds of combat. So even if there's a battle cruiser, if you can just survive the 5, they'll eventually, those ships will be removed because they're dead in space. So these aliens don't have the kind of fuel capacity we have. So that's cool. All right, we have 3 shots. Let's see if we can kill a couple of these. And we're going to fail to hit on all of them. Damn it. Let's see if any of them get hits. And they're going to get 2 hits. You got to be kidding me. Hit 1 is 9. That's on the mining laser. Man, our big ship. I said I wanted to eat some damage, but in the last hit, before they end up fodder, it's going to be 12. It's the hull. Sensors are hit. In our second jump, folks, we have taken a beating, and that's going to mean that we're going to get credited for 1, 2, 3 more kills. And what we're going to do, we're going to let Jones pick off these last 3 kills. So he's going to get these cheap kills, 1, 2, 3. And the reason we fly with him and we circle with him and we let him kill these ships is his best friend, Anderson, was KIA. And we want to let him have all of the sweet retribution of alien blood justice upon this day. So Jones is going to land 4 kills on this mission, but he lost his best friend. I don't know what's worse, right? Of course we do. Parts found. Let's go to parts found. We need to find a ton of parts, folks. There are no Mark IIs in this, so just roll. We want a 6. 4. We're going to find 2 parts. So we're going to go back over here and we're going to find 2 more parts. So we're up to 8. And I haven't spent them yet. I just wanted to find them. Now this is a big roll. This is the roll that could change our lives. Our ship is inoperable. It cannot leap until we spend time fixing it. And the war of attrition is now fully on us, folks. The war of attrition. So here we go. We need to roll boxcars because that means we would find a home and that would be it. Game over. We'd win, and there you have it. Oh, I was doing, yeah, that's right. No, I was doing that right. Yeah. So we at least do 2 points of damage on a 6 for our scouts, but we miss on 1 through 4. They, oh, damn. Oh, that's our mining laser. I say, oh, what the hell? Yeah, they roll this if they hit. Damn, though, our mining laser can do up to 3 once it's advanced. Okay. All right, I need to roll boxcars. If I can roll boxcars, this is our second lead. Oh, I can't roll boxcars because it's 2d6 minus 2. So the best I can do is 10, which would be fuel. And we're going to do 4 minus 2 is 2. It's barren. So we did find 2 parts. We took a beating. We lost a man. Our ship is beat to hell. Wow. And we did find 2 parts. No fuel. So we're running out of fuel. We are collecting parts. But this time, by the way, we are going to have killed all of these guys. 1, because they run out of fuel. 2, and they're floating dead in space, circling our ship, trying to kill us, and we take them out. All right, man, so what are we going to spend this money on? Well, we have no choice. We have inoperable engines. Fully repair a damaged system. Oh, 2 parts. That's all right. We can do that. That'll put us at 6. So we're going to fully repair our engines. So that costs us 2 parts. So we're down to 6. But you can see how there's going to be a war of attrition if you don't start achieving something. Especially the deeper into space we get, the more of the big ships show up, and you're just doomed. Alright, so we repaired our engines. Our scouting base fine. We are 33% on our mining laser. We have no choice. We got to repair that. Fully repair that. That's 2 more parts to get it fully repaired. So we took a beating, but we need that mining laser in operation, because it can also do 2 points of damage. And that puts us at 4 parts. So our ship took a beating, and we had a man killed. So we're down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 men, 5 ships. As Anderson is killed. And let's see here, 66% on our sensors. What does that mean? Roll 2d6 minus 1, we scan the system. Well, we already scanned the system at -2, so I'm going to leave that, because on the third jump, it's 1d6 minus 1, so we would never find a home. So that would be with a -1, so it would be 2d6 minus 2. So we couldn't find a home and win the game on the third leap. So do I spend the parts to fix it? Or do I spend the parts to build a new ship? Where are my parts? Build a new scout ship. 6 parts! Holy, we can't. We can't. We'd be down to 2 parts if I fully fix the sensors. But we couldn't. Boxcars, if I have that amazing moment and rolled boxcars and what game's over we win, it would be -2. We wouldn't do it. So I'm going to have to fix sensors, because you need a chance to win the game on boxcars. Right? We're gambling. That's what we're doing here, folks. I'm now gambling. I can find parts or something on the next planet. We're down to 2 parts, and we're going to be down to 6 fuel with jump number 3. Jump number 3, we're down to 6 fuel and 2 parts. Whoo, man, I'm sweating. And that's partially because it's 100 degrees, fire's burning all over Colorado. It's been a smoky, hot, miserable June. I'm telling you, man, Colorado burning up all over the place, literally on fire all around us. Sad. Whew, third jump, man, this is intense as hell. I can see why you would just self-destruct, man. Just hit the big red button and say your prayers to your God Almighty. And Captain Sally and the Independence would fail miserably here on the, this would be the 500th anniversary of America when this all hell broke loose. Okay. Oh man. Whew. All right, so we've had 2 leaps only. Third leap, folks, and that's going to bring our fuel down to 5 as we burn that fuel for our third leap. And cross our fingers that we have a very shallow leap. So leap number is -1. I want to roll a 2 because then would be no threat. That would be beautiful. And no, of course not. 10 -1 is 9. 1 Mark 2 and 3 Mark 1s. 1 Mark 2, a cruiser, folks, and 3 Mark 1s. These aliens are determined to kill our species, our civilization from planet Terra Nova, from planet Earth. They are determined to wipe us out of the galaxy. And I don't know if my female captain, Sally, of the Independence, where are the mutiny rules? You know, I think Advanced Ship 2 should have mutiny rules against Sally. Captain Karen. right? There should be mutiny. I'm gonna make rules. Mutiny rules against Captain Karen. Oh my God, you gotta be kidding me. I don't even want to roll these dice. It's killer, man. We're gonna only have 3 ships. No, wait, we have 4 ships still. We lost 1 ship and 1 pilot, but we're gonna send out 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna send out, so Anderson is KIA, right? And we're gonna have to race him and all that in a minute. But right now we're gonna go out with Parker, Simmons, Jones, and Smith. So Williams still healing. So Williams has been in the infirmary for 1 jump. This will be his 2nd jump. All right, here we go. 4 dice. And the great thing is they do not get their Mark II attack on us. We want 6s because that is kills. That'll be 2. That's 2 damage. That would be kills on these guys. Come on, baby. Give me 4 6s. Come on this 500th anniversary of independence for the United States of America, which is now the United States and the United Globe of America in 500 years. And everybody's celebrating Independence Day. And we're going to get 2. We're going to get a kill. Oh, that was the 3rd guy. So first guy is going to have a miss. 2nd guy is going to have a miss. 3rd man, that is Jones, is going to get another kill. Jones is almost, he's a vet now, folks. So Jones is a vet. Hot damn, he gets a kill, and he's got 5 kills, and he's a vet. Okay, this is combat turn 1, and that kill comes off right here. Bang, bang. And 5 is a wound, and that wound we're going to put on one of the marks, and that would be Smith. Rover gets hits one of these things. All right, and they got how many left? They got 1, 2. They got 1, 2 left, and their cannons don't get to shoot yet, so they got 2, and they got to roll 1, 2s, or 3s for us to be safe. And they're going to roll 2 and 3. Hallelujah! We're going to get through combat round 1 without damage. Gee, many Christmas! All right, boys. Let's go to work. We need 6s. And we're going to get a 2. Dang it, Parker. 6. We're going to get a kill, though, for... no, that is Simmons. Simmons will record a kill. So he's going to knock out this mark. We have 1 injured mark. And then we got a 1 from Jones, and Smith a 4, and the 4 does not count. The veteran, what does the veteran do? Veterans add 1/2 to roll. Veterans and aces add 1/2 to roll. 1/2 to roll? I don't know what that means. Adds 1/2 to roll. What the hell does that mean? You can't add a half. What the hell does that mean? It's been so long. It's been 2 years since the last time I played this. It's been kind of a nostalgic weekend for me because I haven't played Dead Space in years. Dead Space, Dead Ball. What does that mean? Add 1/2 to roll. Oh, vets add 1 to the roll. So he would have rolled a 2. And an ace adds 2 to this. Wow, an ace would be so nice. Okay, so he still failed to score a hit. All right, but we did kill the 2nd one. We got damaged 1 and a Mark II, so they get to roll 3 dice. And the first one, the Mark II, Wist, and the Mark II is going to miss, but one of its guns will hit. And we're going to add to the damage 5. This is 2nd scout is hit. No, Parker. Wait, 2nd. Anderson, Parker. So it is Parker. Oh, man, Parker. No, say it ain't so. Parker, 4. Scout operating at 50%, but he's not injured. So Parker's ship is damaged 50%, but he's okay. Man. Combat turn 3. We're getting the work done here. All right, 4 rolls for us. We need 6s. Nope. Parker, no. Simmons, no. But look at that. Jones, the veteran, 6. That's 2 points of damage. He is going to put both of those. He is targeting the big ship. He puts 2 of those damage. So he's going to leave that mark for someone else to clean up. Unfortunately, we didn't clean it up. So that mark is still out there for this roll. Man, but good job as Jones. He takes all of his energies and flies toward the big ship, and he damages it. All right, they're going to get 1 hit for the big ship. Okay, the big ship gets 1 hit, and it's going to be 5. Second scout. No, Parker hit again. 2, pilot injured. Hallelujah. So his ship stays intact, but Parker is injured. Parker injured. Dang. By the way, this will be the second leap for Williams. And 1 more leap, Williams will be out of the infirmary. Gosh, dang. Whew. Combat turn 4. And we still have all 4 fighters. I cannot believe it. And our big ship is not taking any damage. And we need 6s. Okay, Parker fails. Next in line is Simmons fails. Jones, our veteran, fails. But we're going to get a kill on that final mark by Smith. So Smith's going to kill that final fighter. And Smith now has 2 kills in his career. Good job, Smith. And they only have their cannons from the cruiser for this turn. We need 1s, 2s, and 3s, and we're safe. 1 and, damn it, 6. Only 1 hits, but 10. Scouting bay, so it's going to hit our scout bay. But at least nobody has died. Our scout bay now down to 66. This is the 5th and final turn, and then that mark will run out of fuel, and we will kill the dead duck out there. We got 4 rolls. All we need are 6s, and we might kill it before it gets a shot. That would be beautiful. And we're going to get 2 from Parker, 2 from Simmons, 1 plus 1 Jones, 2 from Jones, and we will miss with Smith. We managed to not damage it. God, dog. It's got 2 damage thanks to Jones' valiant work, and now we failed to hit it at all. It has 2 cannons, and it's going to get a hit. Damn it. And that hit is 5. No! Second scout. Guess who that is? Poor Parker. His ship's burning. He's injured. 5. Scout inoperable. Land now. Hallelujah. So it just got knocked out. So Parker's ship did not blow up. It's knocked to inoperable. But he has to land now. Holy cow. And he's injured. So his ship is limping in. Probably half the engine's down. One of the wings tore off. And his life support bubble energy about to go out, which means he would ultimately be exposed to the vacuum of space. And he's limping in to the scout bay. Parker out of operation. And that was the end of turn 5. So that's going to mean we get a kill. And I'm going to give this kill to Smith for the Mark II. So he's only 2 away from being a vet. So we're going to kill off that Mark II thanks to the time. Again, it runs out of fuel and it just floats there and we wipe it out. We finish it off. Wow, there's a Mark II, so that means more parts could be found. So add 1 to this. We need a 6. 4 parts, baby. Wow, that was good news. So we get 4 parts. We're up to 6. Man, we're finding a way in this war of attrition to have moments where Captain Karen has rooted us on, and we're battling for Captain Karen. Holy cow, you gotta be kidding me. All right, folks. But our sensors are damaged. Or did I heal up our... No, I healed up our sensors. So if I roll boxcars, we will find a home planet, and we will win this game. So I need boxcars, baby. Actually, 11 plus. And we're on leap 3. Oh, -1. So I do need boxcars to win. Boxcars to win, baby. Come on, double 6s. Oh, 9. 9 says fuel. All right. We finally find fuel. So 5, 6, 7. We're up to 7. Our parts are up to 6. Whew, that's only our third jump of this amazing game. Now, fuel. Where the heck? To calculate B score, roll 1d6 per fuel taken from uninhabitable. So we land on an uninhabitable planet. We took 2 fuel. Right? Didn't I roll 2 fuel? Yep. So we need to roll this twice to see how many B score we get. 5. So we're going to get a B score of 5. That means we find basically around, while hunting for fuel, we will find undiscovered life forms. It's just a score. It's kind of adds to the narrative that when exploring planets. Now, when he puts out Lost Ship 2, if you roll fuel and you have to land on a planet, there should be like potential alien contact where you'd end up in an alien firefight as soldiers, not as ships. And there should be a way to mutiny against the Captain Karen, and get her off the bridge. Wow, folks, we're beat up though. Our scout bay now can only launch 3, and I may do that anyway. I may leave that and only launch 3. And why do I want to launch just 3? Because one ship has been blown up, and one ship is inoperable. So I would not have to spend money to fix this right now. I'd only send 3 ships out. Parker's going to be in the infirmary anyway. So Anderson's KIA. Parker's ship is inoperable. Simmons' ship is damaged. Boy, it's just sheer luck he hadn't been hit. Let's fix that ship. I've got some parts. Repair a scout. Costs 1 to repair an inoperable scout. So it's only going to cost 1 to repair the inoperable scout. You obviously can't repair a 50% scout. So I can, or I could still spend it. But if I'm going to spend it, I might as well repair bullets, the ship bullet. I'm going to send out 3, and Williams is still, he has 1 more jump before he's healthy. Parker is going into the infirmary. Anderson is KIA. So I'm only going to send out 3 anyway. Okay, what else is damaged? Let's look. Our hull is at 6. We haven't suffered any more hull damage. It'll cost me 1 to bring that up to 7. I'm not going to fix the hull. We can take damage there. Our engines are good. Our sick bay is good. Our mining laser is good. Our sensors are good. Oh wait, was my sensors damaged? Oh no, it's because it was the 3rd leap. So on the 4th leap, I can roll an 11 or 12 to win the game. Well, let's play to the 4th leap, because if I roll an 11 or 12 at the end of that leap, we could win the game. Our scout bay at 3. I'm not gonna spend any parts, but we will spend fuel to do our 4th leap. So here we go, folks. Our 4th leap since the disaster, since the attack of these alien invaders. And we're going to send out for this one, I'm going to send out, that ship's inoperable, and Parker's in the infirmary. We're going to send out Simmons, we're going to send out Jones, and we're going to send out Smith. And this will be the final leap for him to be up, and it'll be Parker's 1st leap to become healthy. So Parker still has 2 more leaps before he's ready to go again. Williams will be ready to go out next. We have a vet who's going to add damage, and he's technically a 2nd in alignment. So if I roll a 1, 2, or 3 scout, they're not going to suffer damage. So in a way, sending out just a few scouts also makes it hit or miss for them to hit us. All right, we're jumping. Captain Karen says, do it, jump. And now, because we're looking at leap 4, it's 2d6, baby. And I'm going to roll a 8. Damn it, damn it, damn it. 1 Mark 2 and 2 Mark 1s. Okay, good, we can handle that. 1 Mark 2 and only 2 Mark 1. So we end up on our 4th leap, actually in pretty good position here. First combat round, and we're only sending 3 out though, so we need all of these guys to roll 5s and 6s as we have a chance to do some damage quickly. 5s and 6s, not a hit. So we come away, pew, 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 with nothing. But they only get to roll for their marks. What are their marks? They have 2, so they get to roll for their marks. And pew pew, nobody damaged on the 1st turn. 2nd turn, we get to roll 3, and we need 5s and 6s, and we need, 4 don't count, but guess who do count? Jones, that's a hit. That's a hit. That's going to be a kill of a mark. And Smith's going to get credited with that as the second hit. So Smith's going to get another kill. One more, and he's a veteran, folks. So we're going to get a kill. They team up on Mark 1, on the first Mark 1, and they kill it. But now they have a Mark 1 and they have cannons from the Mark 2. And their Mark 1 gets a hit. Their cannons get a hit. So their Mark 1 gets a hit. And he hits 3. He's going to hit the 4th scout. 1, 2, 3, 4. Williams. Williams is not out. That's a miss. Remember, these are the order that there would be in formation. That's a miss. So Williams is technically in the infirmary still. He's not hit. You can't hit somebody who ain't out flying. That's great. Now the cannon hit. And the cannon hits 5. 5 is second scout. That's Parker. He's not out. So they're shooting into our formation, and unfortunately, they're hitting what would be. So Parker would basically be hurting. Whoo! Turn 3. So the good thing about not having all full ships out there is they can hit empty space. All right, turn 3. We got 3. We need 5s and 6s, baby. And we're going to get, oh no, that second one is Jones. +1 doesn't get it. We're going to miss. And they're 3. Their Mark and their cruiser. Mark misses, cruiser misses, cruiser misses. So they're going to run out of fuel before much damage is done. Turn 4, we need 5s and 6s. 5s and 6s. We're going to get a 3, a 2, and a 1. We're going to fail to get a hit. And they're going to get a hit with a fighter and misses with the cannons, but the fighter hits. 6 is lead scout. There is no lead scout. Anderson is dead. So that's a miss. And turn 5, we're going to survive this. You've got to be kidding me. And no damage suffered at all. And we're going to score 3 kills. That's going to be a kill. So 1 was a miss. Jones is going to score 2. So add 1 to that 6. That's 2. So he's going to score a kill. So Jones is now got 6 kills in his career. He is making up for Anderson. Everything he does, you know, when he goes to bed at night, he puts a notch in his belt for Anderson. He kills that one. And then we got 2 damage on the cruiser from Smith. Okay, all that's left for them is the cruiser with cannons. And this will end the combat as they will run out of fuel. And it's going to be a hit. Dang it. And 6, it's on 6 is the lead scout. Thank God that's Anderson. That is vacant. So imagine a formation. Anderson's gone. Parker's in infirmary. Williams. So they can only hit on 3, 4, and 5. They can only actually hit a thing on 3, 4, 5, or on the big ship. And folks, we're going to give that kill. We're going to finish this off. Simmons, I think, has no kills. We're going to no, he has 1 kill. Smith, this will make Smith a vet. So we're going to let Smith kill off this Mark Viper, this cruiser. That's going to give him a kill. And so we're going to let him circle and take it out. And he becomes a vet. So we now have 2 veterans get +1 on their damage, on their hit rolls. That is epic. And we're going to get Williams back. When I do episode, I'm going to have to do a second episode. I'm not going to play any more of this, so I'm going to end it on this jump. But let's go ahead and see parts found. There was a mark here, so we get to add to parts found. We get to add 1 of this because of the big cruiser. Oh, no parts. And we didn't spin any last time, right? We're at 6. That's not bad. We're at 6, so we're okay. All right. 2d6. If I roll an 11 or 12, we'll find home, and this would be a perfect way to wrap up this video for me to win this game. That means the last 3 games in over 2 years, I would have won all of them. That would be crazy. So 11 and 12, folks, and Captain Karen will have captained the Independence to a new home planet. Come on, baby. We need 11 or 12 to win the game. And it's 11. We're going to win. God damn. Yeah, baby, Captain Karen. We're going to have to give her a new name. Captain Janet or something. Holy cow, on our 4th jump, we will find a new home, baby. I'm sweating. I am literally sweating. I mean, it's hot anyway. But damn, this game is intense. This is why I love it. We found, I cannot believe I won my last 3 games of Lost Ship. We found a new home planet at the end of leap. You've got to be kidding me. The very first leap in which you can only roll 2d6 without negatives, and we did it. We are going to win this game. The Independence is going to land on a planet, and we're going to start procreating and repopulate the new planet. And what will we name this planet? I believe we'll probably name this planet the Independence. That'll be what we name this planet. And the new colony will probably be named after the captain of this ship. Right? Captain. Matter of fact, we got to name them. I should have named the captains on these things. Captain. Karen. Smith. So it'll be New Smith, right? So New York will be New Smith. So it'll be the planet will be Independence. The first village that we found will probably be called Smith Village, and probably the first street in our village will be named after our dead pilot, Anderson. Skip Anderson will be what they name the first maybe the first community building will be called the Skip Anderson Memorial Community Building, right, as we begin to repopulate a new home planet. And again, if there's a Lost Ship 2 on the horizon, that one could have aliens invading your home village, your new home planet. So you get to that home planet, and then you should have to play like ground forces and defend, or send up fighters in the atmosphere to defend your planet or something. Anyway, holy cow, was that perfect timing? Thank you for watching. This has been Desert Island episode 4, I think. There it is, Lost Ship. I'm telling you, I haven't played it much, and shame on me, but that's because I've been so busy the last few years. Again, writing games, designing games, playing games on my games, etc. But there is a fantastic example of Lost Ship. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.